What is going on, you savage? Welcome to the show. Hey, today I'm fired up. I'm very fired up. It's going to be a little bit different, but I got to tell you about something amazing that just happened. Okay, I just wrapped up a workshop with a group of people who absolutely embody what it means to show up ready for transformation. So I need to talk to you about that because this is how you win at life. So that's what we're going to dig in today. Hope you dig it. In the meantime, or afterwards, or whatever, go to traviscrutcher.com. Maybe if you're interested in some workshops yourself, we can talk about that. We can make that happen. Anyway, I'm going to now shut up so I can thereby talk some more.
Welcome to Not Sorry with Travis Crutcher, the show where Travis will say some things that might trigger you, offend you, make you laugh, or even motivate you. So, if you're not easily offended, stick around and enjoy. On the other hand, if you are easily offended, listen anyway. Then go tell everyone how triggered you were. Either way, you can be certain of one thing. Travis is not sorry.
All right, here we go. So let me paint this picture for you, okay? And you've probably been there, right? If you've ever been to a workshop or you facilitated one, perhaps, you've seen this, right? You've seen people walking to a room, right? And this is no different, right? I was watching folks get there that day, and some of them were probably thinking, "Oh, great, another workshop." In fact, I know that some of them were thinking that because later on they told me that they were thinking, "Oh, great, another workshop." And some folks probably had their doubts. Hell, some people probably didn't even want to be there, right? Because that's how it is sometimes. But what these folks did next is what separates winners from everyone else, and that is they made a choice to be all in. They didn't just physically show up. These people showed up with their minds open, right? Not so open their brain leaks out, but their minds open, their guards down, and their excuses checked at the door. And that is rare. I'm telling you, that is extraordinarily rare for a group of people. And I also want to be clear that this group of people is like two different teams, and there's not a lot of crossover, right? They don't talk to each other very often. They don't work together very often. And so to show up that way is huge. It's powerful, and it's how you create real change, okay? And so you know what really got me fired up is watching these people support each other. Okay, no competition, no judgment, just pure unfiltered support for each other and their growth. And let me tell you, in a world where everyone's trying to outdo each other, these people understood something crucial, and that is we rise by lifting each other up. And that's true. I mean, you need other people around you. You need support. And it was wild to watch, man. They celebrated each other's wins like they were their own. They pushed each other when things got tough. And if you've ever been in one of my workshops, you know things get tough. They created an environment where growth was just possible, right? It was inevitable. It was going to happen. And that's huge, man, because it's not often, even in a group of people who work together constantly, that they just are just supporting each other that way. And to see it unfold like this, it was huge, man. And I kept telling this group over and over again, like, man, I am blown away by you guys. And I'm not bullshitting so much, in fact, that I'm doing this show about it. And so, look, I've been in a lot of groups. I've done a lot of workshops over the years. But this group, they just did something different. They accidentally created what I am now going to call the all-in protocol. That's right. They have created this. And I'm going to break it down for you because it's exactly what makes the difference between just showing up and actually transforming. The first thing they did is something most people never do. And they walked in and basically said, look, everything I think I know might be wrong, and that's okay. And that is not some bullshit mindset trick. That is strategically choosing to be teachable. That's putting your ego aside and prioritizing growth. That is huge. Then, instead of trying to be the smartest person in the room or waiting to see if it was safe to participate, they jumped in first. They raised their hands. They asked uncomfortable questions. They did the hard shit before anyone else had to. There was a moment early in the workshop where there was someone didn't have to say anything, but there was one person who probably influenced one thing. And instead of shying away from it, they raised their hand and said, that was me. And we got to talk about it. We got to unbox the why behind it. That is some shit we would have never gotten to do had they been too scared to say. They were bold. That was right off the bat started blowing me away. And here's where it gets really interesting. They didn't focus on themselves. Every time someone struggled, someone else was there. And not with some toxic positivity bullshit, but with real support, okay? They shared their struggles openly. They celebrated each other's wins before their own. That's wild. And they made it impossible for anyone to feel like they were alone in the room. That is, almost unheard of with a group of individuals, okay? And instead of leaving with just a good feeling, These folks walked out the door with tactical strategies, right? They wrote down specific takeaways. They scheduled their next actions. We already know what we're doing next. They set up accountability within the group, like unprompted. They're like, we're going to get done with this together. We're going to stick together on this thing. And they plan for obstacles before they even hit them. That isn't a workshop strategy, okay? That is a life strategy. This is how you show up for everything that matters. I watch these people transform in real time, and not because of anything I did, but because how they showed up. They embrace being uncomfortable. Believe me, if you're in one of my workshops, there's one thing you can guarantee. We're going to get uncomfortable, all right? Because that's where breakthrough happens. These folks challenged their own limitations. They committed to excellence, not just for themselves, but for each other. That is massive. And this isn't just about one workshop, okay? This is about how you approach every opportunity for growth in your life. And here's what everyone needs to understand, okay? Transformation isn't about the perfect circumstances. It's not about the perfect workshop or perfect teacher, perfect timing, right? That's never going to happen. It's about your approach. And these folks proved that when you show up ready to learn, ready to support others, ready to push for excellence, real change happens. Not just temporary hype that you'll get from a lot of workshops or speakers or whatever. If you show up like this, you're going to get real lasting transformation. And look, I've been doing this for a hot minute, man. I've worked with teams from all different walks, from military to corporate executives, blah, 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 blah. And I'm telling you, what I witnessed with this group is exactly what it takes to win at life. And if you want to know the secret of transforming, it's this. It's very simple. Show up ready to learn. Support others genuinely, okay? Don't support someone so everyone can see you support them. Really mean that shit. Push for excellence and stay committed no matter what. These people just showed up and they showed everyone how it's done. All right? And that's it. That's all I'm going to say on this episode. That's all I had, because I was so fired up after that. I've kept thinking back over and over again. Like, it was just an incredible group, okay? And so to the group that just lit me the fuck up with your energy, your commitment, your support for each other, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Not just for making my day amazing, but for showing the world what real transformation looks like. Anyway, that's it. You guys rock. Hope you dug it. Hope you took something away from it. And I will talk to you next time. Later.